Okay, so for 27, it says that it's continuous. We have another piecewise function, so this one, it has to be continuous at 0 and it has to be continuous at 1. Remember, for it to be continuous, the limit on the left have to be equal to each other. So first off, we're just going to take a look at x equals 0. So at x equals 0, if we were to do the limit as x approaches 0 from the left, because we're doing the left, you would use that top equation. Okay, so if we go ahead and try direct substitution, so that means just plug in 0 for x. Sine of 0 is 0, so that'll give us 0 over 0, which is the indeterminate form. So we can use L'Hopital's rule here. Remember, L'Hopital's rule just says you're going to find the derivative of the numerator and the denominator. So the derivative of the numerator will be pi cosine x. Derivative of the denominator would just be 1. So then we're going to go in and just do direct substitution. Cosine of 0 is 1, so this will give us pi. So the left-sided limit goes with pi. So now we're going to do the right-sided limit for 0. So according to the piecewise function, we're going to use the middle equation for the right side. So if we use direct substitution, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So that just gives us a. So the left and the right limits have to be equal because it's continuous, so a has to be equal to pi. Okay, so we still have to find b. So now we're going to worry about x equals 1, because that's the other place where the graph changes. So if we do the left-sided limit, for the left-sided limit at 1, we're going to use the middle equation. And we're going to plug in 1 for x. So it's going to be a minus b. Okay, for the right-sided limit at 1, we're going to be using the bottom equation, arctangent. So if we do direct substitution, this is going to be arctangent of 1. If you remember, arctangent just means where on the unit circle is tangent 1 in the first quadrant, and that's at pi over 4. Okay, because the graph is continuous, the left limit and the right limit have to be equal. So a minus b has to be equal to pi over 4. So we know from above that a has to be pi. So if we subtract over pi, we're going to get negative 3 pi over 4. So b has to be 3 pi over 4. So a is pi, and b is going to be 3 pi over 4.